Abusing steroids and performance-enhancing drugs has mangled professional sports since the dawn of time. From adding more power to the body or injecting EPO to last much longer, MMA has seen its fair share of cheaters, and in this video we'll round them up. Jon Jones. This is not an ordinary man. Johnny Bones is actually the greatest of all time, but there's a serious asterisk against his name. The reigning heavyweight champion is known to carry a lifestyle of a party animal where he indulges in many illicit activities. Unfortunately for him, his scandalous life caught up to him. This led to him failing not one but multiple drug tests ranging from androgen, estrogen blockers to turinabol, i.e. a type of steroid. Jones has since faced multiple years of suspension with his win over Daniel Cormier deemed invalid. However, since then there have been many changes to the rules, but it is still uncertain whether Jones took the PEDs inadvertently or they just happened to enter his system after a weekend of cocaine. Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate, has ruled the world of professional wrestling and MMA. Like the true monster among mortals, Brock leads a lifestyle that would be impossible for most to digest. He doesn't like people, television, or the outside world, but what he does like is winning. Sometimes you need a serious edge over your opponents to win, especially when you step inside the octagon. This is where Brock's history with steroid abuse comes into play. Brock has always been a massive guy, even in his school days, jumping from wrestling in school to turning to WWE for hefty paychecks in the early 2000s. His time in professional wrestling in the early days exposed him to the world of steroids. Everyone had the need to look like a superhero. Brock may have used his super serum to take him to the next level, but the story doesn't end there. Brock had his whole UFC run before drug testing was even a thing. It was in 2016 when things became apparent that the man was indeed abusing steroids. This caused his win over Mark Hunt at UFC 200 to be overturned due to a failed drugs test. He hasn't fought since. With the stringent drug testing put in place, it would not be so easy for him to do so. Vitor Belfort. If you really want to talk about Belfort, then let's go back in time. I mean, way back in time when the UFC was a newborn baby. Enter the Brazilian powerhouse, Vitor Belfort, demolishing everyone in his wake with a physique of a superhero. It's a well-known rumor that Belfort was on gear, but not just any gear. He was literally on everything a cheater can get his hands on, allegedly. The Brazilian's physique took a serious hit during the days of USADA, but prior to that, he sent a man flying through the cage and head-kicked Bisping so hard that he lost an eye. TRT, testosterone replacement therapy Vitor, was a thing of beauty, but unfortunately, it was all in the past as TRT is banned permanently. Alistair Overeem. Had this man KO'd Stipe Miocic back in 2016, he would be the most decorated champion in the history of the sport. But sadly for him, he ended up becoming a mere meme known as Ubereem. Why Ubereem, you ask? Well, the answer is simple. Rumor has it that Alistair loved ingesting horse meat steroids and was once caught with a crazy 14-to-1 testosterone to epitestosterone ratio. Over the years, Overeem's body has simmered down like a candle, going from ripped Ubereem to a now vegan retired version. Regardless of all the failed tests and insane infractions, the MMA world still has a special place for the man in their hearts. Disregarding, of course, that gruesome KO loss to Ngannou, we just gotta forget about that one. Conor McGregor? UFC's Golden Goose is no cheater, and he's never tested positive for PEDs, but an underlying rumor since his potentially career-ending injury suggests that he may have crossed that line. Conor's physique changed drastically, and he put on a remarkable weight in a short space of time. Furthermore, his ongoing tiff with USADA led to the exit of the entire program. This further insinuates that the man might be cheating, innocent until proven guilty, right? We will abide by that for now, as we call this one an honorary mention. Don't forget to follow Sportskeeda MMA on all our social media platforms.